Aqua. Courage. Courage to have the dream life. Wow. First, second house. It's a good place to be. Don't fuck this one up in your life. The past is the past. It doesn't mean it's going to come back. So you got the courage to have the life you want and to manifest and to create and to have. You need to believe. You've been tested with abundance and self-worth for a long time. Over a decade. Now this is the payoff. So don't miss out on the opportunities that you want. Don't settle, and don't be afraid to take the crazy radical road that really is the place that's going to bring you the ultimate happiness. Raise it to a higher octave now. Let me shuffle this. I haven't used these cards in a minute. I can just pull cards for days. Cards. What card do you want me to use? Cards. All right. These definitely got some time in them. All right. Let's see. The Hermit reversed. King of Wands is your challenge. Ooh, Eight of Swords reversed is your overall. The Tower. Stop being a hermit. Stop sitting in your own little world. You need to get out into the world more. You're an Aquarius. You can't be isolated. You can't be all alone. Challenge King of Wands. Man, you're afraid of the ultimate love. Afraid of that Leo energy. Afraid of that happy, positive, exciting. It's okay. The challenge is to not be afraid of it. Also, your overall here is that you're not trapped and stuck. You're not going to go down a toxic road. If anything, if you're afraid of love and you're going to stay a hermit, guess what? That's a toxic place to be and be stuck. The Tower here is your way out. Don't be afraid of things being so dramatically, overwhelmingly kaboom that it's going to change your life. I almost feel like this kaboom, this Tower is here to take away all the shit that sucked. Let's see, what's up with this hermit? Five of Swords. You need to try harder for what you want. You need to get out a little bit more. You need to like push your limits. You have too many limitations right now of staying in like this hermit place, and you need to. Who cares? People that want you are gonna fucking like it. Like, don't be afraid to like upset people. Don't be afraid to like be too much for people. Like, this is where it's like, don't be afraid to be too much. You did get. Oh, that's interesting. You did get this page of fucking. You need to communicate what you want, like, and it's also about fast and making, you know, if something becomes available or something happens quick, do it. You're not going to be trapped. You're going to be trapped by not moving quick on things. It's the fastest card in the deck. Page of Swords needs to get the message out quick. Needs to things to say. What's up with this King of Wands? It's your fear here. The Magician reverse. You can have anything that you want. And anything can happen. You need to believe in the magic that anything can happen and stop fearing that it's all going to be the opposite and Tower and bad things happening. Like, that's your issue. Like, you're afraid of moving fast into changing things, but you have to remember, you're the one who chooses the path in which is that you choose. The Magician reverses. Remember that you can make anything that you want to happen, but you have to know that you have to have the mastery to know all the values. And if it's all there, then make it happen. Don't be afraid of it. What's up with this Tower? Wow, King of Pentacles. This kaboom moment of a dramatic, unexpected, just holy shit moment is going to bring you the things that you want in your life. Don't be afraid of it. Two of Swords. There you are. Should I be too much? Should I not do too much? Stop being in between. Two of Pentacles. I think that you're done teeter-tottering back and forth between whether or not you're going to say or just act quick on things in your life. You need to. You need to raise to the calling here, and you need to show up as much as you can right now for what you really want in your life. Like, you can't hold yourself back. That would be detrimental for you in your life. What does Avalon have to say about this? What is Camelot saying? What's coming in from Camelot? Do we have the Camelot fucking alarm?
Not eat grain.
Let's hope you don't get a grain. Oh my God. If you get a grain, Aquarius, that'd be what, 3 weeks and like a month and a half? We'll see. No, you didn't. You got quite the opposite of a grain out there with Towson, who's out there and he's poetic, he's storytelling, he's playing his harp, it's creativity, and it's divination. It's like, this feels like a divine moment here. It's like being out, playing the harp and playing the beauty of life. Like, this is a beautiful moment for you in your life not to miss. So don't put up weird fucking hermit world and stay in your own world. You need to get out of this kind of, I got to be in my own world all the time. You need to explore different worlds and get out more. It's almost like you're kind of in a cave that you need to change, and you can't be afraid to be too much. Whoever really wants to be with you wants more, I feel. And I feel like they want to hear you out and sing and do your poetry and play your music and play your love tune. You know, I feel like that's part of your problem, is that you're too afraid to really like step up that game here of like, hey, I got this to show. 10th house, yeah, you need to get out in the world more. It's time to get out more. It's time to be more public. 10th house is public. Time to really be an adult. Start to make big decisions. Start to take action on things. This is you not wanting to miss out on the ultimate world that you got to be, but it also is being an adult. You believe the magician can have it. You can make whatever you want. Stop thinking that you can't have it the way that you want, and make changes the way that you want. You got home. This is definitely about finding the world and the home together, like finding both. You could have the world you want and the new home and all the things that you've ever wanted in your life here. This is a great reading. Challenge that your shadow is, your shadow is that you're too afraid to live in full bliss. It's like you're holding off, like you're right there, like ready to fucking like have the most blissful experience and like, no, I don't know if I should. Like, stop holding back from bliss. Stop holding back from ecstasy. Stop holding back from like this extreme moment of having the ultimate, blissful moment in your life, like the real ecstasy of life. It should feel that way, but you're suppressing that. Don't let it stop hiding. Oh yeah. Like hiding your true self. Like be your full self. Let it out. There's no TMI. It's just fucking boom. This is who it is. This is what I want. And that's how you're going to be able to tell who's real, who's not, who's showing up. But you're not doing any of that. So you're wondering what's going to happen next instead of just showing up and letting the world create the world that it's going to be. Like, you got to clear your energy. I think, yeah, you got to clear this hermit energy. You got to clear this like staying, and look at this energy is like stepping out into the world and busting through and showing up and stepping into this new energy, this exciting new energy in your life. I'll give you a confirmation card. What's that clearing about? Oh yeah, Ace of Cups. You're clearing the energy that you'll never have your emotional cup fully filled. If you're single out there, this is Five of Pentacles reverse. You're not a victim anymore. Don't choose people who are victims. And a Nine of Swords. Stop having fear that you're going to have a victim. You already know that energy, so don't be afraid. You're not picking victims because you've been through that. And Nine of Wands. You got too many walls up, especially that you're going to take on a victim or that you're going to be victimized when really you already know the signs of that. So stop having fears about saying what you want and stop having walls up for what's really good and not a victim and not fucking hold on to crazy crap. That shit's over. If you're in a relationship, you did get a Six of Wands here. There's definitely some victory moment here, but a Four of Wands. It's almost like I feel like you're close to having the victory that you want. Maybe you want marriage, or maybe you want it to move to the next level, or maybe you're kind of in a weird place because it feels like things are going good, but there's nothing to celebrate about lately. Yeah, a lot of this is like needing to find new things to talk about, new values, maybe new projects, new things for you two to understand, or even have that talk about what you value about each other. Your sex life. Got the Ace of Pentacles, definitely about creating a whole new world, something physically, beautifully, creative, abundant. Wow, definitely a good card. Definitely that feels really good. Something that feels like it's going to seed something beautiful. Wow. Your oracle here. I have such fat fingers. It's like, I don't know how some of those tarot people, the girls and everybody, is always are like, I'm like, I have fat fingers and shit. All right. What's going on here with the Oracle? Celebration, meaningful coincidences, epiphanies, autumn. I feel like you are coming into this beautiful like moment here. The epiphanies are coming. There's something to celebrate. There's all these coincidences, but this autumn is a little weird to me. Yeah, I think that you need to have better boundaries about where you always try to go south into autumn. Like it can be, the summer is what comes into autumn. I feel like it's like, I don't know. It's like there's so much excitement and it's like, oh, I kind of want this peaceful transition. I think that this is not about I think this is about celebration. And the autumn is also the harvest time. So I feel like you're harvesting something beautiful. There's a lot of coincidences. There's a lot of epiphanies, and it's time to step into that. Let's see what victim that you are doing to self-sabotage yourself in your love story this week that you shouldn't be doing anymore. And at least we can help you become aware of that. What is your self-sabotaging victim that's creating the villain that you can be to yourself and to others? We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. Wow. Ursula. But it is the Nine of Cups. It is like you can have all the fulfillment you've ever wanted in your life. You need to learn to fulfill yourself instead of self-sabotaging that you can't have all the good things that you want in your life. Aries, Saturn, you're holding yourself back from the 9th house, from the big exploration, the big world that you want. You need to stop holding yourself back and not have negative beliefs anymore and get rid of them. Back to you, Brian. I got to go pee again. So for last one will be Aries here.
Last one's Aries. Aries hates being last too. All right, Aquarius. Well, this is a big time for you. There's a lot in your first house. Venus and Mars are there. They're not in your 12th anymore. So this is a really powerful identification time for you to start moving in a new direction, new cycles, maybe new things when it comes to relationships, passion. I think you want to put yourself out there. Of course, the South Node is in Scorpio in your 10th. It's not like the out there is like the most important thing in the world. You'd want to focus on, I think, identifying with what you really want within yourself and start moving in that direction. There's so much in the second house too. I mean, you're building substance for the future here. You know, just having Jupiter in your second house is such a great gift. And, you know, Saturn's not there. Like Capricorn's had to deal with Saturn and Jupiter in the second. This is a little bit better for you. So I think you have a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of abundance on your way right now. It's almost like you're really getting that harvest, really getting everything that you're going to need within yourself to feel self-sufficient, to find your direction. And you want to make sure that when it comes to love, that the passion's there with the other person, that they want to go on this new cycle with you, that they're ready to go into the new chapter, new journey with you. I think that there's a whole new world out there. And so much of it is about you knowing you can create it from really deep within yourself and not suppressing that. And it's not all about the achievement right now. It's just about really feeling comfortable in who you are, in your own uniqueness. Like you need to be that rebel. Mars and Venus in your first house. Like identify with every bit of the Aquarius that you are and link up with people that want that too. Who wants to see your uniqueness shine? Who wants to see it take that new step in a new direction? Who doesn't? Those are like big identification, big defining choices right now that can really bring you a lot. So you can have so much right now. And I think even with Mercury coming into your second house, it's like, gosh, let's slow things down a little bit with our mind here so that we can really figure out how to create the abundance and the magic that we want. So I'm stoked for Aquarius. I think that was a great reading. This is just about really actually feeling the emotion that's going to propel you where you want to go and not blocking the emotion for some accolade or for some thing that society wants or what other people think of you or a public image. This is just being the most unique, authentic version of you and really finding love that matches that. And if it doesn't match that, is it of value? Or is it just sucking your value away from you? So I just think that Aquariuses are at this big point right now. And you get to pick like who are you? Maybe that's the whole point of it right now is Aquarius is like, this is who I am and this is how I'm going to identify. And only going to find the people that see that value, because you're totally worth the best right now, especially in love. So I think everything has to have a very high quality and match your frequency. And if it does, it's game on. And if it doesn't, it's game off. That was part of an old cycle that you likely graduated from. It played its course. Go to the best. The best. David's in the chat while he's peeing. It's time to try drinking my pee. Brian does every day. You know, apparently drinking urine's really good for you. I've never tried this, but God, I'm from a very hippie place called Nevada City, Grass Valley, California, and there are people up there that legit swear by drinking their own pee. I'm not there. I'm not on that level, but maybe it's the thing. Oh my God.
Nevada City, Grass Valley, California.
That was funny. Oh my.
They were asking, somebody was like, oh, that fool's fucking taking a shit. I'm like, nah, I already dropped the kids off at the pool this morning. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I already did that. But fucking, I was sitting there, and then they're like, don't fall in. I'm like, it's a fucking urinal. And then I'm like, at least the urinal cake smell good.
I look over and just see all the yellow in the chat, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, it's funny because I'm like listening to you and you're all serious in the middle of it. I'm like talking about pee, and then they were like, you should drink your pee. And I'm like, you know what? I think it's time to drink my pee. I'm like, Brian fucking told me all about it. He does it every morning. I'm like, told me it's awesome. And then you were like, yeah, it's like, just be the person you want to be, Aquarius.
Just
like,
drink your pee.
And I'm like,
that's what you need to do.
Just be the person you want to be. Brian's talking about his pee. I'm like, we're going to be starting to sell his pee on fucking High Vibe.
Who wants some? $5.99 a bottle.
Oh my God.